So we've all been having fun at the expense of, let's go, Brandon Johnson, the mayor of the fine city of Chicago. I have not heard this audio yet. Joan, you want to have some fun with audio? So apparently there is a story in Chicago where an illegal alien apparently beat a woman over the head and raped her. And so somebody asked Brandon Johnson, okay, so what if that was your wife? What would you do? And you know what's amazing? And I haven't heard this audio yet, but apparently he was unable to show any real emotion whatsoever. Let's listen.
Well, the real Chicagoans that I talk to, that I communicate with, mostly black and brown, actually, tell me that you don't seem to know the difference between illegal aliens and real Chicago citizens. They feel that you are siding with the illegal aliens over them in their communities. And okay. Sadly,
William, let's get to the question.
Let's get to the question. The real question is simply this. I don't know how to make it any more direct. An illegal alien from Nicaragua grabbed a woman on the north side last week, bashed her head into the sidewalk, knocked her unconscious, and raped her. If that had been your wife, Stacey.
Okay, all right, we're not going to answer it. Thank you.
Can I ask a question, though? Why can't he answer the question? Because I think that that's a legit question.
Yeah, he'd have to address his failures, which they're not going to do.
Yeah, that is a legit question. And his handlers, and I don't know exactly when this guy started going down the road of what happened, he starts looking for folks listening on the radio. His eyes start darting all over the place to his people like, how did I not know about this? That seems to be what's going on. And let's see if he actually gives any possible form of an answer.
Thanks, William.
All right.
Would you want ICE to deport her?
All right. Let's move on.
Yes or no?
Well, why won't he just say, so this is a great question. Why won't Let's Go Brandon Johnson simply say, yeah, you know what, if the guy beat my wife's head in and raped her, I would want him deported? How insane is it that he can't simply say, yes, I would like to see that happen? They have
to cling to this whole...
They have to cling to the... You're right. You're right.
We critique them. We're racists.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on.
Answer the question as a man. Not as mayor, but as a man. Would you want
thanks. Thank you.
to deport that rapist?
All right. Tamon?
Okay.
And amazing, stunning that he won't answer.
Mayor.
That's the answer. That's the answer for real Chicago.
Mayor, sorry for being late. The traffic's bad. Maybe the feds could help.
You're not blaming me for the traffic, are you, Tamon? Watch it.
Oh, he's so cool, isn't he?
My gosh.
Isn't Brandon Johnson out there in Illinois just so incredibly cool in Chicago?
I think that's the same reporter when Lightfoot was mayor that was grilling her about how reporters were afraid to drive into town and park their cars because they were going to get carjacked, and he was trying to address that, and she shrugged it off like it wasn't her problem. They don't care about their own voting base that elect them into the office. They have no desire to fulfill any promises. They just want to grandstand on ideas that get nowhere.
Well, that's exactly it. And the problem is when you turn it around and ask them a question, like that, then it really does make them look so incredibly, number one, insincere, but also it lacks all common sense in an answer where he's like, well, let's just move on. Well, okay, but my question is, why are you moving on? Why won't you simply answer the question? It's almost like he is holding himself up to a higher standard than the people that he is representing.
I was just going to say, it's the elitist mindset that I'm going to let my handler try and, cut through this question a little bit. The handler acting like he's some sort of judge handling a cross-examination at a trial for whatever reason. Let the reporter do his job. Context is important for questions.
Yep.
And I am better than to have to address you myself. I'll let one of my people do it. You're the mayor. You're not a ambassador or a representative or even the president. You're a mayor.
Yep, that's exactly right. All right, now, Chris Cuomo and Eric Trump went toe-to-toe on News Nation last night. So I'm going to play some of this audio because I think it says a lot about Eric Trump. You know, Eric Trump is, and by the way, he's going to be hopefully on with us tomorrow here on Nashville's Morning News in the 8:35. So the crisscross handoff, we hopefully will have Eric Trump. When I say hopefully, I was a lot more confident yesterday because I tried to confirm with them and I have not yet received a confirmation. But we were set couple weeks ago when they were asking, you know, when I said, hey, can I get him on? So we were set. But hopefully Eric Trump is going to be on with us tomorrow. But he is doing a press tour for his new book. He is making the rounds. And a really dumb question from a really smart guy. I do believe that Chris Cuomo is a smart guy. But this was his question to Eric Trump. Listen to how this went.
Do you think that it is fair to say it looks like the administration is going after its political opponents now and doing exactly what you say you oppose?
So if you missed it, basically he is accusing the Trump administration of going after their political enemies. That's what Chris Cuomo is saying. So if I start counting the political enemies that Donald Trump, and I'm air quoting that, the political enemies that Donald Trump has gone after, you've got, of course, you've been talking about James Comey. He's going to be arraigned today, right, Joan? Has it happened yet?
No.
Not yet?
Nope,
okay.
I don't think it's let me check, but I think it's not until later this morning.
All right. So with James Comey helping to orchestrate the attempted coup against Trump, lying to Congress, of course, that includes communicating with the media to take down Trump. And we'll see what the actual charges are. But, you know, you have Joe Biden in the auto pen scandal. His mental fitness, Joe Biden, has been questioned. How is that not worthy of an investigation? I would ask Chris Cuomo. John Bolton, he is accused of having classified documents at his home. So in other words, the left has this notion that Donald Trump is going after his political enemies. Well, here's the question. So they may be his political enemies, but they also may have done something wrong. And the reason why they've been trying to take down Donald Trump is because they know that he has been trying to clear out the swamp that they have been swimming in for years.
It's at 9 o'clock our time, Central Time.
Okay, so Chris Hansen's going to have all the fun.
Yeah.
Is it going to be, are there going to be like cameras in the courtroom or anything like that?
I don't know about
so
cameras in the courtroom. And I don't also know if he will be paraded, like show up outside the courtroom. They may have an entrance for him to go into to keep it private.
I don't think they're going to parade him. I don't think there's going to be a perp walk.
I don't think there is either.
I do, though, want my mugshot. I do want my mugshot. Do you know who else I want a mugshot of? Letitia James. Letitia James, mortgage fraud, of course. She went after Trump for basically the same thing. So you've got this narrative on the left where they're saying, oh, this is just, oh, here we go. Count number one. How gone it left? It was on CNN. Do you have the indictments of James? What is he actually being?
So, yeah, he's charged with obstruction of justice. It's making false statements to Congress.
Yep.
And obstructing the investigation into the Russia collusion probe.
Okay. So those are the two. So we'll see what happens. But you've got the left, and they're trying to say, oh, Donald Trump is just going after his political enemies. Well, he's not. He's going after people that may have actually committed a crime. It was the Democrats who went after their political enemy, and that would be, of course, Donald Trump. John Brennan is another one for taking part in the coup against Donald Trump. Remember, it was Brennan who was part of that Trump colluded with the Russians hoax, lying to Congress. So when Chris Cuomo is asking Eric Trump, and I've got the rest of the audio, but when Chris Cuomo asks Eric Trump, well, isn't your family doing something that your family has said that they oppose? It is such a dishonest question. It is absolutely a dishonest question because that then assumes that all of these people that I just mentioned have actually not done anything wrong. This is Chris Cuomo and Eric Trump.
Do you think that it is fair to say it looks like the administration is going after its political opponents now and doing exactly what you say you oppose?
What, Comey? Because I mean, it seemed very clear to me in the congressional testimony. I don't know, just watching it, I certainly seemed like he lied to me. I mean, I'm also wondering what an FBI director is doing, taking memos from the FBI and leaking them to the New York Times. I mean, Chris, I'm a guy that hopes that the FBI director would be keeping planes from flying into buildings, keeping our country safe, keeping the Western way of life safe. Instead, this guy is, communicating every single day with the New York Times. I mean, I'd hope a lot better. But I find it so ironic that you're literally one that's pushing back on the weaponization of government when the very same people that were coming after us, went after your brother, like hounds. I mean, they did everything they could to destroy his governorship. They did everything they could to destroy his life. They did everything they could to destroy you. I sat in that same seat. The only difference is my last name wasn't Cuomo. My last name was Trump. They were trying to destroy my father. And by doing that, they were trying to destroy me, and they were trying to destroy the Trump organization. They were trying to take all our assets and strip our name off of every building in New York City.
I mean, listen, Eric Trump is right. And I love that he gives it back to Cuomo. And he's right, by the way. The Cuomo family has been through the ringer, of course, with Chris Cuomo's brother, Andrew, facing all of those allegations of sexual harassment. He eventually, by the way, Andrew Cuomo had to resign as governor. And Chris himself was fired by CNN after he advised his brother on that very same scandal while a member of the media. So with each one of these accusations that they're out there. And the question is, are these actual allegations that are being made against Comey and all of these other Democrats like Letitia James and John Bolton, who is theoretically a Republican, but whatever. But they weren't just made out of whole cloth. And that's my point. The allegations against all of these Democrats that the Democrats will say, oh, these are Donald Trump's political enemies. Well, these allegations are not just made out of whole cloth, but the allegations against Donald Trump was. The Democrats did make up the allegations against Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, they concocted the allegations. He never colluded with the Russians. That whole thing was a made-up plot to destroy him. The hands of Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, Obama, Biden, and so on. And so that is when, in this point in the conversation, this is where Cuomo was put on full blast by Eric Trump.
Asking you questions about whether or not if something is wrong, it is also wrong to do the same thing when you get back in power, which certainly happened the first time the administration came in. You went right after Biden. And I don't mean you weren't part of the administration. I'll get to you in a second in terms of what's going on right now. But if you think I'm playing coy, you don't know me as well as you should.
Chris,
I'm not playing coy. I know what happened to me,
Chris,
Eric.
I'm
saying that what is happening now looks like what was done to you. That's why I'm asking the question.
Did we raid Biden's home? Did we try and bankrupt Biden? Did they come after us? Did we weaponize every AG and DA, against Biden? Do we do that against Hunter Biden, who had a laptop from hell, pictures of cocaine, illicit drug use, prostitution? Did we do that? Did we make up a dirty dossier about Biden? Did they try and destroy Biden's marriage? Was any of that true? I mean, did we make up stories that Biden had secret servers in the basement of his home communicating with the Kremlin in Russia? Did we strip Biden off the ballot of multiple states? Did we take Biden off of Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and try and silence his voice so he couldn't communicate? Did we put Biden in a courtroom every single day? 91 felony counts that have all been overturned for my father now, right? For nonsense, to try and keep him off of a campaign trail and to try and destroy his life. Did we do any of that?
So Cuomo, of course, has no answer. And what's interesting is, Eric Trump is usually seen as the more quiet one, right? Chris and I have spoken about this, where if you looked at you've got Barron, you've got Donald Trump Jr., and you've got Eric Trump. Now, we don't know a lot about Barron because he's 18? But if you look at Donald Trump Jr. versus Eric Trump, there's no other brothers, is there? Is there another Trump?
No, that's it.
That's it. Joan, who do you think would be, if you looked at Eric versus Donald Trump Jr., who do you think you could see running for president?
Donald Jr. is the one who would run, I think. I don't think
No. Hold on.
Okay.
But keep going with that thought, because I know where you're going.
He's more outspoken.
Mm-hmm.
He's more inclined to go at somebody, politically go at somebody.
Mm-hmm. I think Eric is more electable.
Do you?
I do. I think that Eric Trump is more electable. I think that he is seen, and I'm a fan of Donald Trump Jr. I am. But I think that Eric Trump is the one that is a little more circumspect. You know what I'm talking about? Introspective.
He's much more self-aware.
Much more self-aware.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So I think that people would, and again, I really like Eric Trump. I really like Donald Trump Jr. I like them both, but I think that people will take Eric Trump more seriously than they would Donald Trump Jr. because of overall behavior. Trump Jr., man, he can light people up on social media. He can obliterate you just as good as Stephen Miller can. But I think when it comes to somebody who would be a little more appealing to people in the middle, I think that's Eric Trump. Now, I could be wrong, and certainly people will tell me if I'm wrong, but I like what he had to say there against Chris Cuomo. If I get him on the air tomorrow, should I say, hey, Chris Cuomo said hello? Would he? No? Whatever. You know, you guys are no fun today. Is it just me?
Well, we thought you were monologuing.
It's guns and hoses, eh? So, whenever you do this, Sam, I always feel like this pressure to talk about bumper music, which I hate when people talk about bumper music. So, Chris, what do you think of Guns N' Roses?
They're all right.
Joan, what do you think about Guns N' Roses?
It's fantastic.
Did you know that Axl Rose...
Oh, boy.
Did you know that Axl Rose was actually considered a better singer than Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin? Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Who? Somebody somewhere, but I don't remember. I think it was like Rolling Stone or something like that. Yeah, they say that Axl Rose was a better singer than Robert Plant because Axl can go way up high and down low.
Yeah, but he's nasally.
Whatever. I just think that I don't know. Okay, let's do a hot take right now. Chris, who's better?
I don't know.
Axl Rose or Robert Plant?
I'd have to know how Robert Plant sounds.
Oh,
right?
My goodness.
I found something Al dropped the ball on.
You know what the thing is, Joan? You always complain about me and my stupidity and absurdity.
Yeah.
Listen to him.
What?
I'd have to know what Robert Plant sounds like.
I can't just draw that.
You've
from the
never
back of my
heard
mind.
Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, but I can't recall it off the top of my head.
That's not even the one that you need to reference if you're talking about his voice.
When the levee breaks? Is that what this is?
Black Dog.
Same thing. Listen to this.
Okay.
So you got that, and then so you compare that to Axl Rose. You know?
I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to either.
I went to a Guns N' Roses concert one time, a couple years ago, many years ago now. Yeah. That's like 8 years ago. It was one of our first, me and Amy, just one of our first dates there.
Okay.
Guns N' Roses. Yeah. I got hammered.
Did you?
Yeah.
You must have been a fun day.
If you
I was about to say, Dan at a Guns N' Roses concert.
If you 8 years ago on the night of the Guns N' Roses concert, if you saw a hot-looking blonde kind of like trying to help a guy down the street on Broadway, trying not to vomit on his shoes, that was me and Amy, actually. So there you go. All right, very quickly. Joan, who's better, Plant or Axl Rose?
I preferred Plant.
All right.
Robert Plant by a mile.
Okay. I prefer Robert Plant, actually. So 3 of the 4 of us don't have our heads up our arses.
Oh, all right.
So
Fair.
there you go.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Whatever. See, this is why you can't play bumper music where I know the band, Sam, because of these awkward moments. Now there's no professional Marconi winning transition to something else.
But if I was playing music you didn't know, you'd be looking at me going, "Who's this?
Who's this and why are you playing it?"
Exactly.
No, I would never will. You know why? Because I hate bumper music on talk stations. I've been saying it for years.
I have the best bumper music.
You got some good bumper music.
I do.
Down, down, down. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Whatever. Hey, what's going on? You got anything for this segment, Chris? Please, the love of all that is
yes.
holy.
Did you hear that we were right about something else?
No, not us.
Daily Caller reports Biden intervened to block CIA report on Ukraine concerns over Hunter's corrupt dealings.
Biden stepped in, did he?
Yep.
That's a shocker.
Newly declassified memo shows that then Vice President Joe Biden's office intervened to prevent the CIA from circulating a 2016 intelligence report detailing how top Ukrainian officials viewed his son Hunter Biden's business dealings in the country.
Yep.
But
Not
Trump,
to say I told you so, but I did this story yesterday.
Oh, dang.
Are we getting to how he was trying to sell off parts of Romania around the U.S. Embassy? That was in the New York Times earlier.
No, I didn't know that. But Trump got they tried to impeach him over this phone call with Vladimir Zelensky, where Trump is like, "Hey, can you guys look into this because Zelensky? You know what, Joan? You may have done the show yesterday. I was talking about this years ago because in Ukraine, and
Boom, roasted, Joan. You're only a few years late.
Yeah.
So anyway,
they'd be very upset.
think about this, right? So as all of this was going on, Zelensky was brought into Ukraine because he was running off of a anti-corruption platform that because Ukraine is very corrupt.
Yes.
So Zelensky comes in as the guy that's supposed to be, non-corrupt. He comes in, and you got Hunter Biden on the board of Burisma. And so people in Ukraine are like, okay, well, you come in on a no corruption platform, but you've got Biden's son on the board of Burisma.
Yeah.
And so that just, he is contradictory to what you're trying to do. And so then Trump comes in and he says, hey, you might want to look at that. And then he gets impeached.
Yep. It was a perfectly fine phone call.
You know what? Donald Trump, it was a perfect phone call. It's what he always says.
Also, how bad does your country have to be when you say we have to stamp down on corruption? Maybe we should go with the actor who is famous for dancing around in leather and high heels.
Banging
really?
his
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
banging his little Zelensky on
He
a
was
piano.
doing it. He was doing it before Bad Bunny ever went into the fray.
What?
Yeah, you never seen the video of Zelensky dancing around in high heels?
Or the
And scantily
piano,
clad.
or the piano playing, which is more concerning in my opinion.
You know, if Trump really wanted to mess with Zelensky, he'd say, you need to wear that to our meeting at the White House.
People don't like the sweatsuit, but there's worse things in that closet.
So then here's the question, though.
Pasties.
Oh.
So here's the question, though. All right, so was it Biden or was it Biden's people? Because, they're going to blame. Here's what I mean.
Go ask AutoPen.
They're going to blame Joe Biden, but, there's a reason why there's an AutoPen scandal today.
But VP Biden is different than
You're right.
President Biden.
You're right. VP Biden, because he went down. Would you say that Joe Biden went downhill fast?
Yeah.
Would you say he went downhill
he
fast?
careened down that hill.
He careened down the hill?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
He careened Jean-Pierre down the hill?
He careened Jean-Pierre down the hill. I like that.
Well, he picked Cringe Jean-Pierre to be his press secretary. So
How is the best black lesbian press secretary we've ever had? Has anybody checked in on her lately?
You know what? She tried to make hay with her book, and I think, didn't she say she was putting the Democrat Party behind her, and she wanted to be like,
She switched to being an independent.
She's an independent.
Yes.
Independent of brains?
Big step.
Independently unemployed.
Well, remember she tried to get on The View, and The View wouldn't return her phone calls, right?
No, we do enough lying to the American people on this show. We don't need your help.
Well, that's what she would say about The View. That's
You
exactly
know what
right.
I learned yesterday about The View? You know that it's not under the ABC Entertainment umbrella. It's under the ABC News umbrella.
That is insanity. Are you really?
It is literally under the ABC News umbrella because
Did they have an ABC Lies umbrella?
Everything's under that. But they did some wild stuff yesterday, so I had it for the lightning round today. But it blew my mind because somebody kept referring it to it as an ABC News program, and there was a kerfuffle on X, and somebody said no, it is under the ABC News umbrella.
Well, it shouldn't be.
No.
Obviously, it shouldn't be.
Obviously.
Thank you. Whatever that is.
That was Karen Jean Pear.
All right. You and I were talking off there, and I thought it was interesting.
Yes.
So you think it's a good thing that Comey is not perp walked?
By the way, Comey's family has arrived at the courthouse. Go on.
I do think it was a good thing that he wasn't perp walked, because I think that as much as we would like the political theater, it's just that, it's political theater. And then it creates an air of bias, and then the media will sink their teeth into that. And why do we need to do that? What we really need is to get a guilty verdict.
And they didn't perp walk Donald Trump per se either, right?
He drove up to the facility, walked in, and walked out.
Yeah, do you remember that? And all the Georgians were standing around cheering him on?
Yeah.
I do. Now we were talking earlier about, do you think Comey has been, practicing his mugshot look in the mirror?
Ooh.
Because, there's no mugshot better than Donald Trump's mugshot, which I don't know why Trump ended up way up there. For people that are listening on the radio, way up there means on top of the door.
Well, we had to move it up high because Cameron Smith is also height challenged, and he kept defacing the picture. So we moved it.
Was that Cameron Smith that was doing that?
100%.
How am I not surprised?
We moved it to where the little guy couldn't reach it.
Did you notice how he cut you down in the process there?
Yeah, I got it, man. It's all good.
All right.
Well, I was listening. I was listening to your height challenge conversation earlier. Then I thought it was quite funny.
The only thing I'm challenged in is the height department.
That's it.
Big things come in small packages.
Okay,
I keep saying that.
Dan, okay.
And someday I'll actually be able to convince myself. Allegedly. Thank you very much. How tall are you?
I don't know. I think like 6 foot, 6'1".
Did you hear me absolutely roast Scott Sapicki when I brought up his minor league batting average?
I felt so bad for Scott.
Me too.
The guy played in 2 professional sports. He's a 2 pro sport athlete. And Dan wanted to remind him,
just cut
but you
him
didn't
down.
really make it, did you? It's like, yo.
Right, so okay.
Scott,
So
neither did Michael Jordan in baseball. Just saying.
I just want to let you know. Scott, if you're still listening, I would never have done that to you.
Number one, you would have. Number two,
I may have.
Actually, you know what? So I looked it up. He had a heck of a minor league career. Like he really did. So he and I were going back and forth. So he led the league in batting in A ball, right? So there's rookie ball, A ball, AA, AAA, and then there's the majors. Led the league in RBIs in AA, spent 2 years in Venezuela playing baseball, and was named MVP and almost won the Triple Crown in Venezuela.
What year was Venezuela?
I bet you he was really tall in Venezuela because they're all short. He says, I finished second in batting average by 3 points. In college, he was a 2-time all Big Ten outfielder in the Big Ten and honorable mention.
Did he text you all this?
All-American in my junior year in football. I asked him to send me the highlights.
Okay.
So I was like,
you
okay.
felt like you needed to defend his honor after you besmirched him?
Well, I said, basically I said, okay, so tell me your minor league career. And so he starts word vomiting all of these. But he was actually very good. Now you guys got me feeling guilty.
What have we done to make you feel guilty? It's the super texters. Don't get on to us.
You guys are shaming me.
Who is shaming you?
I'm shaming myself.
It's a shame spiral.
In college, Scott Sapicki, 2-time all Big Ten outfielder in the Big Ten, honorable mention, All-American, junior year in football. So, I mean...
Scott's a beast. I wouldn't want to fist fight Scott Sapicki.
Now, his son playing for U of M tells you all you need to know about how he raised his kids.
You think we could arm wrestle and I could beat him in an arm wrestle?
I think it'd be the quickest loss in that studio to date.
I don't think any of us could beat Scott Sapicki in arm wrestling.
I also want to say this, that I really like Scott Sapicki.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He is a good, and we're funning because we get along so well. I mean, it's the people you don't joke about or joke with that you really don't actually like.
There's
right?
a difference between joking and having fun and just mocking relentlessly like we would with somebody like Afton Bain.
Oh, my God.
Who, congratulations. Could we have wished for a better Democrat opponent for Matt Van Epps? And congrats to Matt Van Epps as well. What a win he had.
Oh, good. That was a landslide. Everybody was like, it's going to be really close. It's going to be really close. Okay. I mean, he won Matt won 51% of the votes, and he won more. He had more votes than all the other candidates combined.
Yeah. Well, he doubled Barrett, and then Barrett doubled Gino.
Yep.
And then it just
It falls apart.
It falls apart.
You know who was out on social media campaigning for the 7th for people to come out and vote? Megan Barry. Just won't seem to go away.
What?
Yeah.
Megan Barry?
Yeah, the disgraced former mayor of
I
Nashville.
know who she is.
She's the one that slept with her security guard, right?
Yeah, and embezzled $10,000 in taxpayer money to go to, I think, Greece with the head of security.
Cemetery Barry.
Oh. That's a double entendre.
Oof. That's
they
a joke
were
du
hooking
jour.
up in the cemetery.
Oof.
Remember all that?
I do.
I remember it too.
Yeah. Well,
Man,
she
that
was
was
telling people to get out and vote and everything. It cracks me up.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't she going to run for something?
She tried to run for, I want to say it was Senate or Congress or something, and how quickly that train derailed.
Yeah, she announced that she was running. What was she going to run? Was it against? I don't remember now.
I mean, I would say her career's over, but it's like you see Democrats standing behind a guy like Jay Jones in Virginia, and it's like no, actually, what she should do if she wants to resurrect her political career is have texts leak that she wanted Republicans dead, and everybody will stand by her,
and more cops shot.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do to resurrect the political career.
And the
of
Jay
Megan
Jones
Barry.
guy, it also came out that he tried to get a cop fired for supporting Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yep.
What a slime ball! And then Tim Kaine stands by him. Did you see that?
Oh, I did. I didn't get to it, but yeah, Tim Kaine.
Tim Kaine's the guy that believes that your rights come from the government and not from God himself. So.
Yep. This is how we roll, Chris. This is where we go ahead and do the tease into your show.
Is this how we roll? Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to be on Comey watch. Disgraced former FBI director will be arraigned following his indictment today, so we're going to be paying attention to that. We have CNN admitting that President Trump is carrying out his promises to the American people, which is a wild story. Plus, we'll bring you all the highlights from the Pam Bondi oversight hearing. I don't want to give Pam Bondi a lot of credit for too many things, but I'll give her credit for what she did yesterday.
And you know what? I had a bunch of that audio, didn't even play it because we just had a lot of stuff happening today. But I thought she did really well.
Yeah.
I thought she did really well, and I thought that the Republicans on the panel also did well. And you're right. Of all the cabinet members, Pam Bondi hasn't been my favorite.
No.
I don't think she has been as advertised.
There's just been too many unforced errors.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest issue, and I can't name another cabinet member with that many unforced errors. Do you have a
favorite? Who's been your favorite? I know we've done this from time to time. I still like Scott Bessent.
Yeah.
Kash Patel is rapidly rising on my list. I don't know. It seems to be all knives out for Stephen Miller, although I don't know.
Stephen Miller's a beast.
Yeah,
I like Stephen Miller a lot. Rubio has pleasantly surprised me. I'm so happy to be wrong about Rubio. He was one of my least favorite picks.
Yep.
But listen, if I can be proved wrong because you're doing a good job, I'll take that any day of the week.
Absolutely. All right. By the way, Eric Trump confirmed this time tomorrow. Confirmed. They, for whatever reason, they can't send me the book until a week after the interview is done.
You should tell him that you've read it.
Should I just tell him that I've read it?
And see what he does.
Okay. You want me to lie to a Trump?
Let's see what his reaction would be. We're setting a trap.
Do you know what? I want you to ask Eric Trump, who would make a better future president, you or your brother?
And then don't say which brother.